Hey there, party people. Dandolf here, coming back at you for another episode of Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're going to start back here in our fantasy village, and we're going to make some progress in this area. We've been meaning to do some interiors for a little while, and I think that's a good place to start. So let's go ahead and take a look. I've been working on this first hobbit hole that we made, and I think this guy might be stuck in here. This wandering trader, he's just hanging out. I think he claimed this hobbit hole for himself. So yeah, let's take a look at the wandering trader's new home. So here we've got a nice little dessert table with some pumpkin pie on it. Yeah, he wants to show us around. And then we've got a nice little table here with some steak on it, so you can sit down and have some dinner. A little bit of decoration on the wall. Over here we're making some more food. You got the pot boiling over the fire, so you can have some mutton. You got your smoker, of course. You got your blast furnace, of course. And then we got a cake over here. Nice little decorations on the wall. Some more. There's a nice little area here. I might need to put something here. Maybe like a little bush or something. And then back here, we've got a little partition here, and then you've got your little sleeping chambers. So I think it's looking really nice. I think this place looks really cozy, and it looks really good. So I think we need to go ahead and do the same sort of thing for the rest of them. Chest monster here. Actually, if we have a bush. Boosh. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing in the other two hobbit houses, and then I'll check in with you once I've done that. But there's something else, we've got all this space in here. This one's a little bit bigger. We'll be able to do a little bit more in here. And then we'll also need to work on the interior for the wizard house. But there's something else I've been starting on as well. I went ahead and put in a bunch of water over here for a lake. The size, the shape isn't necessarily permanent. Once I get this a little bit more built, that could potentially change, and then this might also end up coming like as a river out there somewhere or something, but I'm not really sure yet. I want to get this built up first. So this is kind of the shape that I'm thinking. It will start here, and then it'll kind of arc back, and then there's going to be a little underground area here that's probably like dry land, and then I'll probably put some treasure or something in there. And then there's going to be like a hill that comes around, and then, or probably more of like a cliff face on this side, and then a hill that goes around and swoops down this way. And then it's going to be a big hill in the back, and I think that's going to look really good. But I really need to get this in place before I work on the beanstalk, because that's going to, positioning is going to be very different, because now this is going here. Our original positioning is definitely going to be way off, so it might end up having to go either way back in the background there, or potentially over there behind the hobbit houses. We'll have to see once we get this lake in place and go from there. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start working on the rest of the interiors here, and I'll check back in with you in just a few minutes. Alright, party people, we are back, and I've made some progress on these hobbit huts, so let's go ahead and take a look on the inside of these guys. I think it's turned out really good, so let's see what we've got here. We've got a nice little living room with, a nice little rabbit hide on the table there, nice little circle here. You always got to have circles in a hobbit hut. And I like the trim I put up here. It's just banners up on the wall up there. I think it turned out pretty good. I got a nice little fireplace here. Got a nice little couch to sit by the fireplace. Yeah, nice little place to relax. Over here we've got the little kitchen set up. We've got some fish and we've got some carrots, and then, sink here and stuff, and you're making some stew. I got some paintings, and I think everything's looking pretty good. Got some barrels. And then back over here we've got the little bedroom. And I think this all turned out pretty good. These blocks kind of bug me, but there's nothing I can do about it. I've tried, because this is the outside, and that's part of entryway, so that's just going to have to stay, and it just is what it is. So yeah, I think this one turned out really good. I think it looks really nice. Oh, it's actually bedtime, so let me do that. Alright, so we will go ahead and move on to the next one. We've already seen the next one that we're going to see, but we'll just peek in there a little bit, because I did make a bit of a tweak on it, and I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, we've got the inside here. We've got everything looking real nice and fancy in this one. And then we will go and look at the third one, the diagonal one. This is the biggest one and the most difficult, or I thought it would be, because it's on diagonal. But actually, having the extra space really just kind of made this kind of work. So we've got a nice, lounge-style sofa here. With the sectional, with a big old couch, and we've got some nice stuff by the fireplace and some flowers and a little mantle here. Got you know, over here we've got a few chests. You always got to have some storage in your house. I mean, that's how Minecraft works. Over here we've got a little lantern on a table. Got a nice little overhang over the front door. Here we've got our dinner table, four-seater, and then you've got some steak and some carrots, and we've got some dessert over here. We've got a cake if you want some cake. Just a nice little display here. I like the use of the loom. It just, you know, nice looking thing. Give it a little bit of depth, fill in the corners, and then we've got a bedroom over here. You've got a hidden crafting table and a nice bed here. But yeah, so let me know what you think about these interiors. And I'm going to keep going, and I need to now work on the wizard house interior next. So let's go take a look at what all space we have on the inside of there, and hopefully start getting some ideas of what we want to do here. Hello, Edgar. Hello. Okay, so down here, we've got our first floor. Got a decent amount of space here. Nice little entryway, maybe just a few decorations, something like that. Up here, we've got this kind of outdoorsy looking one. I'm thinking maybe this is like, you know, I got to do some sort of a wizard thing, and I'm not really sure what I want that to be. Maybe something like potion making and fireworks. Something like that would be pretty cool, but I think that would be a good theme for this room, is whatever things that our wizard is going to create. Then in the next room, this is, I think, going to be our kitchen. We're going to have some smokers, some furnaces, and blast furnaces, some, you know, some of that sort of stuff, some food in here and that sort of thing. We'll obviously fix the lighting in these guys as we're going. And then in the last room up here, I think kind of the top part of the wizard tower has to be our bedroom. It's a little tight, it's a little small, but I think we'll be able to make it work. We'll have a bed up here, and yeah, I think that'll be a good way to go about this. So I will go ahead and start gathering some materials and start getting the interior of this place going, and I will see you in a few minutes. Alright, party people, we are back, and I have made some more progress here, so let's go ahead and check out the inside of the wizard house. I did a little bit more decoration on the front here just to give it more of a transition. So we're going to go in here, and like we talked about, this is kind of an entry room, kind of displaying the sort of things that we're going to see throughout this house. Got some nether bricks, some redstone torches, just, you know, hopper thing here, you know, just kind of makes it look, you know, a little kind of sciencey a little bit. So we're gonna go up into the first room. This is the wizard's crafting room. Here he's making some like rockets, and he's got some flesh and stuff, and he's doing some cool stuff over here. He's got his cutter, his storage over here. Over here we've got some blast furnaces and some smokers. I thought they looked pretty cool with the brewing stands on top. I will want to put some potions in here at some point, but I just haven't gone to get those yet. Got some chains on the ceiling, and we got all kinds of lighting in here, and I think it's looking pretty good. So we'll go ahead and go up to the next floor here. And this is the kitchen. So I've got some furnaces over here, got some food on top, got a pumpkin pie, got some steak, got, you know, a cake, of course, and then a dinner bell. Ring the bell when it's time for dinner. Then you got a little sink over here in case you need to wash your hands after dinner. Then up here is the bedroom. It was a small space, but I was able to put a little bit of detail in here. We've got some chains in here. We've got a night light. We can turn our light off when it's time to go to bed. And we've got a, you know, a cool little picture in here, a nice little table on the corner here. So I think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, I think this place is looking pretty good, and I am so happy with the way this town is turning out now that we have the interiors on all of these builds, because now what we have here is pretty much a done landscape. The only one left is the inside of the tree, but that's going to stay storage. I actually need to clean up my chest over there and put them in there too. But the next project we'll work on, of course, is the hill that's going up the mountain. So I think I'll grab a bunch of materials. I'll probably do my base out of stone, and then I'll pepper in detail afterwards. But I think stone will be a good base, because I don't want to do it with dirt, because I'm just gonna have to rip the dirt out anyways, because I'm gonna want a lot of rock on the face of this, because I think that'll look pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little house cleaning. Whoops. Do a little house cleaning of my chest monsters here, go ahead and pick up all my messes, and then I will meet you guys back in a few minutes when I have some stone. See you in a second. Alright everyone, we are back, and it's not pretty, but I've cleaned up my chest monster. Everything's kind of organized, all my wood stuff, all my nether stuff, all my wool stuff. I've really put some time into making this place, you know, a little bit more usable and cleared out a lot of my shulker boxes. But we've done more than just that. So let's take a step outside here. As I'm sure you can see a little bit on the right hand side, I have started putting in a mountain. So this is the base of what we're going to do on this hill here. So the next step is I'm going to have to come in here, cover this all with grass, and then I think that'll start making it look a little bit more natural. And then what we're going to do is on the inside here, I will of course like get some slabs. Oops, my face. I will get some slabs and get some walls and some mossy cobble and some andesite, and you know, kind of get a lot of variation in here and make this look a lot less blocky and make it look a lot more natural. And then what we're going to do is probably pretty close up to the front here, we're going to have this cave come in and start a little bit closer to the front, and then we'll probably have like a water spillway that comes down to the bottom of the cave. And then once we get down to the bottom, we're gonna have like a, you know, like a little campground, and then like a treasure chest or something, and you know, something like that, and try and make it look like a little hidden gem there. So yeah, I think I will go ahead and grab a bunch of grass. I have a bunch of dirt in my inventory, and I'm going to start covering this mountain, and then I will check back in with you once I've made some more progress. See you in a few minutes. Alright, so we are back, and I just wanted to check in real quick and give you a progress update. So I've put down basically all the dirt that I have. I have a little bit left here, some grass in my inventory, and I went ahead and put in the first little piece of the waterfall here. So I think this is starting to look pretty natural. It's definitely still going to take some work, but I definitely need to, you know, get around, bone meal some stuff, get a few plants in here, get a few trees, get a few rocks and points of interest, and make it look a little bit better. I also want to put like a bench or something up here and make like a little seating area or something. But it's all still kind of filling itself out. There's still a lot to do here, but I think it's starting to look kind of the way I was hoping it would. So we've got the nice little pool on top, and then let me fly back down here so we can get the bottom view again. And we've got the waterfall coming down here. I think it's looking really cool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep working. I'm going to go ahead and probably start on texturing some stuff, getting these hard edges rounded out a little bit more, getting the actual shape of the cave put in there a little bit better, and then I'll meet back with you guys once this thing is looking a lot better. See you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, we are back, and I have worked on some projects that I wasn't quite expecting to work on in this episode, but since I went ahead and got them done, I wanted to show you. Neither one of them are too super complicated, so I went ahead and just built them, and I'll just show you what we have going on here. So what we have here is over in the industrial district, me and my brother Kurtley, we went ahead and built a better tree farm. The small one at my ocean base just wasn't quite cutting it, so basically this is just a bigger version of that. So we've got 16 of these dirt squares here, so we can do the 2x2 trees, and then just minecart hopper underneath, picking everything up and placing it into the chest. I've already been doing some spruce chopping here, and it's working pretty well. So yeah, this is one addition to our world, and then I'll go ahead and fly over to the ocean base, and I'll show you the second edition. And then what we'll do is I will show you the progress that I've made in the magical area, which I don't really have a name for yet, so I'm trying to think of something to be able to call that. So if anybody has any ideas on what we can call our magical fairy district, whatever it is, go ahead and give me some suggestions in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and try and figure out a name for that, because I'm tired of calling it the magical area land place thing. It'd be nice to have something to call it. But we're going here because I wanted to show you this other farm that I built here, because I needed a lot of vines for the project I'm working on, so I went ahead and built up a small vine farm as well. I did harvest this already a couple of times. I've got a collection system down here. So what you do is you take your shears and you just walk along and you hit all these, they fall into the water, and then it collects into the hoppers below. Nothing too fancy, but it makes the process a little bit easier, because I do need a lot of vines for what we're working on. And the reason I wanted to bring you on this route is because we're going to fly right over here, and you're going to see that new project right here. This big mountain is really starting to come together. I haven't done the back side of the mountain yet, but the front side is looking really, really good. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is looking really cool. I've put a lot of detail in here with the vines, the leaves, mixing up the textures. I've got andesite, cobblestone, the mossy, and I've got all the different types of ores in there. So I think it's looking really cool. And I think the pop of the color of the ores is really what's making this look a little bit more magical. And I've also added these little mushroom plants around too. I think they look really cool. I saw this on, I think, one of Green's videos maybe. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and go down here. I've made progress inside the cave too. You see there's like a little water spillway that comes through here, and it kind of goes into the wall. You're going to walk down in the cave, and you're going to see the water come out through the back here and make a little pool at the bottom. Got some sleeping bags, a little fireplace down here. I think it's looking really cool. I think this is turned into a really cool project, a really fun point of interest for our town. And then I'm sure you saw as we flew in, I'm working on some fantastical tree designs as well. This is kind of where I'm at with these. If you have any ideas on how I can make some more interesting trees, but it ties in really well with the portal blocks. And a lot of the colors you can see kind of around the area, and I think it'll help kind of draw everything together. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a few of these palm trees up at the top over there, making that look kind of like a tropical island sort of thing, and then I'll sprinkle a few of these other trees around the whole area and kind of tie the whole color scheme together a little bit. But I think we've made some really good progress in this episode, and I've put a lot of work, a lot of hours into this one. So let me go ahead and line up a good thumbnail here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And go ahead and call it a day. So I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. If you like everything you've been seeing here, go ahead and give me a follow, give me a subscribe, whatever it is. And I will see you on the next one. Have a good one, party people.